All right, I'm on hole number one of the Paradise Islands tournament. I'm in the opening round of the Ricky division. I'm in my 99 account. So I got my T4 clubs out here and I'm ready to roll. Some of these holes are going to be a little challenging with lower developed clubs, but my goal going in this week, minimum score is minus 12. And my goal is to shoot between a minus 26 and a minus 28. So I'm trying to pick up a couple on each side. There's some holes with lower developed clubs, you'll have less of a shot. But some of the holes you have just as good a shot. So I got to make the most of the ones that I have just as good a shot of. Hole number one is Kohong Resort. I have a very limited set of notes. And I went, when I qualified, I only played 6 holes. I ran out of time and then I ended up qualifying. I was going to qualify that day and I didn't get to play 7, 8, and 9. So I have no idea what I'm taking on those because I haven't shot them all week with this count. So in my main account, I'm doing a max R power hook, but here I'm just going to lay it up. Lower developed clubs, the main goal is minimum score. You shoot the minus 24 and you pick up even one, put yourself at minus 25, you're in a awesome spot. So the deal is it's all about playing to your club's strengths. And if your clubs aren't strong, then you got to put yourself in a good spot, give yourself an opportunity, and roll on. So I'm going to take a QB. I'm going to be in my long iron range. So I think I'm going to take a Saturn just because it's a great utility club. And I'm not sure my lug going in, and it's easy to do the math on. It's 2 per ring. Fairly decent ball guide. I think my B52 has a little bit more accurate. I'm going to stick with the 2 per ring just because it's easy to do. I'm going to bring I'm going to bring a Titan just because I would rather bring a Kingmaker because I'm taking the wind off on both sides, but I'm going to save some of my Kingmakers for the weekend round, and it's not going to make that big of a difference here. It's not going to make that big of a difference. I have to make a great wind adjustment and hit perfect either way. And sometimes the 2 per ring. I always liked clubs as it was going up. The very first time I went up, I had clubs that were in the 2 per ring range, and you get some clubs that are in the 1.7. They're like 66 accurate, and it seems like you get 2 or 3 clubs that are like that. You play with those clubs where they're all in the bag at the same time. The numbers are easy to remember. Every one of those clubs is 1.7 per ring. 3 rings is 5.1. 5 rings is 8.5. So you can start to have some. You look at the win and you see it's 4 or 5, so you know that's less than 3 rings. You see it and it's over 5 but less than 8.5. You know that it's somewhere between 3 and 4 or 3 and 5 rings. Trying to work it out. Titan, the king of balls. And this tournament is sponsored by Kingmaker. This tournament's definitely got some Kingmaker, a lot of Kingmaker holes in it. I'm not trying to get greedy here. I'm just trying to lay up right around that corner. 3-1. That's about 3-1. And I'm going to lean just a little. Isn't it perfect? El perfecto. Get my system set up here, so I got it on my stand. Got my club numbers to my left, and I've got my notes to my right. I'm working pretty good on my main account notes. They're starting to come together after playing. I need one more practice round, so I need one more round with my with my odd account. I'll play it first. There's still a few holes that I'm still working the numbers on. Especially the 2 holes that I'm doing the max R power hook. So I started the week off, I was in like the perfect spot. And then I started adjusting it because I wanted to see like where my throw was. And now I'm back to where I started the week off at. So that puts me where I want to be. It's just it's so narrow down in there on those shots. This is one of them. This hole right here, you can get on in one. Getting several eagles this week where I was just right out in front of this rough, almost about where my bullseye's at. Where am I at in my club? So I'm right at max. I'm right at the 2 per ring. 2 per ring, 3-5. There's 4. There's 3-5. Ah, I hit it great. Great. Yeah, and if you hit a 1 ring, great. To the left, each ring represents at max club represents 2 miles per hour. So when you think about what 2 miles per hour telegraphs out to the end of your shot, like if you hit that perfect and then you hit it 1 ring, 2 miles per hour, great to the left or the right, like where that puts you down on the end. That's why if you have super accurate clubs and you're coming into these holes and you hit it great to the left or the right, you're just like right off the cup because the rings are small. I know sometimes those really small adjustments when you're doing like 0.9 of, and it's like, hey, that's nothing. That makes a huge difference. Oh my gosh, I almost missed that putt. That makes a huge difference on the end of the shot. Yeah, that's exactly where I was at, dude. I start the round off and miss a freaking 4-yard putt, dink it around. that would have put a damper on the rest of my round. The goal is just to go out and shoot the minimum score and try and put myself in spots on every hole. Try and put myself in the best spot I can with the clubs that I have, so that on each hole I have an opportunity to try and pick a shot up. But the main goal is to just shoot the minus 24. Minus 24 is going to put me in rookie pro. That's going to put me probably in the top 15 and tiebreaker top 20 going into the weekend round. And that means I'm looking at a top 10 if I can work that shot, work that round again. So if I can pick up any single shot, even just one in the entire round, and it'll make a big, big difference as far as tiebreakers. All right, that was hole number 1 of the Paradise Islands tournament and the opening round of the rookie division. Thanks for watching.